best to 11 in single elimination. The loser, of course, if you're going to lose a match, this is the one to lose because it's just one more match and you get back into the final 32. Instead of having sometimes play 2 more matches. Mark to break two racks.
Yeah, 2 balls down here, but 1 short of the 3-point rule. So Filler going to have the first chance at this rack. Looks like defense is pretty sharp in the side with the 3. Could actually play a 2-way though, or trying to pocket the 3 and get in the cue ball in a pretty safe area down near the bottom right. Thought better of it. All out safe. Nicely done. Too long to jump here for Mark. Mark is really good with the jump cue. I will note that as far as overall play in this match. Talented player. Coming in as the number 2 player out of the Netherlands. And a partner with Niels Fane many times in the World Cup of pool.
He keeps good company in that respect.
Filler. Be a tester on the 4. Can stun the cue ball to the left and play the 5 in the right middle. Slightly too little angle going to the right. Worst case should be okay to draw straight back. Play the 6 in the same pocket. For this match should be fast and furious offense here. Expect a few break-in runs. Minimal safes and then offense. Filler known for his quick style, but Mark's also a fast player.
And as expected, every trip to the table for Josh Filler is usually filled with success. Took over from Mark on that.
Filler now. We're going to do the second of Mark's breaks. Illegal on the last one, so he'll be taking note of that, possibly putting a little more speed into this. Down, 7-5 ball down as well. And that was the 7 going into the corner there. Break from Mark. Two's very available on the side. He does have pass and can come back up table towards the 3. He wants to take the tougher pocketing on the 2. That could work. Positional release here. Seems confident on what he's going to do with the 3, just thinking about the 4 now.
looks like he found his way to the good position on the 3 to get to the 4. Mark defeated Martin Hart from Germany 9-1, and then he defeated Paul Beaches Pardo from France 9-5. Yes, thus.
Mark was having a look at this at the beginning of the rack. He does believe the 4 passes, I think. There is a combo option. He's over top of the 8 though, so everything made a lot tougher here. Especially if he's trying to get back to the 5, pocket 4 directly. He might be resigned to playing the combo, so he's eyeing it up there.
As I look at the other past matches, he also defeated Roberto Bartor 9-5. So he's got 2 9-5 matches and a 9-1 under his belt, and now he meets Phil.
Queuing at it, almost looked like he was considering going for it. It's extremely thin in the corner. Looks like it's tough to slow the cue ball down as well. Taking his extension here, nothing straightforward. Likes the offense here, I think, George.
I think Joshua likes the offense all the time.
That's a good call, yeah.
You know, he might, he's looking to put it there. Okay. I was going to say he might play that 2 ways and try to stick that 9 behind the, bank it and stick the cue ball behind the 9 and have position on the 6. But he went safety all the way. He says, I'm not taking any chances. I'll play safe all day long.
He was expecting to run thicker into the 5 there. Spend off the angle just slightly. Tough spot now. 5 does bank past the 6. Typically you wouldn't be looking at banking this ball, but the way the balls are laying, I think you might consider it. Small 2-way element of the 5 getting behind the 6 if it doesn't go. Here it comes. There's the cue ball, not even close to good. That was the 2-way part of it, and that's always the conundrum when you're playing those 2-way shots. Like, what if the ball goes in? Kind of a double negative. Smart shot. It's tough to play safe from there. Didn't expect to catch the 6 on the way in either. He knew it was a possibility, but he was trying to play it straight in.
And that's going to leave a shot. Funny thing about Joshua, he defeats Tobias Heuss from Germany 9-4. Then he defeats Lazar Kostic 9-2. And poor Lazar was defeated by Pia Filler. I'm sorry, he defeated Pia Filler, so he wreaked revenge on Lazar. So, as you mentioned earlier, Filler is just dominating his matches. 9-4, 9-2. I can't find his open match though.
Yeah, I mean, he's just at the upper echelon of world-class players. And he's shown it in any tournament he's gone in. Just dominating performances. He's opened up an early lead here, and he'll be back on his 2 breaks. The next 2. Bit of worrying signs for Mark in the first 4 games here. thick wrap on the back of his cue there, George. I don't know if you caught that or not. Not the
Has he been spending time with Earl
wrap.
Strickland?
Not as bad as Earl, but it was a layer above the cue. Another sponsored player. Barely legal, but he's going to be okay. Good on the 2. Has the left edge, has to be aware of the double kiss possibility on coming off the long rail with the 2.
You know, being the banker he is, he should be able to get by this. If he can beat that kiss, he might even pocket this ball. No,
Yeah, he knows how to avoid those
made sure to
kisses.
beat the kiss. Yeah, he sure did. That was a very, very good job of avoiding it. That kiss is almost, you're going to get it 95% of the time.
Yeah, spot the cue ball with a bit of left to avoid it, get the cue ball more left. Seems like the smallest right edge here. Not a lot happening off the right edge. Biggest problem is that even if he does contact the right edge, the cue ball's kind of running into the 8. He's going to try some kind of outside the box jump here. Jump kick maybe?
He's going to,
Looks like good.
he's going to kick it. He's going to kick it, jump kick it. That's about all he really has. Unless he really massays the ball. It's a big massay to get to it around the 6. It's close,
Try, but no
and it
good.
was a very difficult shot. These Predator Arc tables that they're playing on are, they do come with a ball return, but here they use them with the drop pockets. Not to be seen yet in the U.S., but used quite a bit now in Europe, and I'm not sure if they use them in Asia yet.
Yeah, I can't wait for these
Quite
tables to come
attractive.
over. And, go ahead.
Don't they look like they play great? I mean, I've commentated a couple of matches or actually tournaments now with these tables, and they just seem to play great. You watch the players be very accurate with their kicks. They're always close. I don't see any roll-offs. Everything about them just plays so nice.
Yeah, and they're very reasonably priced too. My sponsor in Toronto is going to be a dealer for these new Arc tables, and they quoted me the price, and I was pleasantly surprised. In the upper mid-level range, but it's under the most expensive tables in the world, and definitely the quality is right up there.
If I remember correctly, it's a 3-piece slate. Makes them easy for home use to put on second stories and basements where you don't have to, move that whole table in a cart.
Choice of draw or follow here. I think they'll favor the follow. A little less speed involved in the follow. Nice big draw with the cue ball less. He'll extend his lead now, and he'll be breaking round number 6. Straight here, George.
I think he can. I figure he to draw, or he can follow this ball 2 rails. A little careful. Should be right in the side pocket, so should be in good shape here. Oh,
There's a roll.
Well, you know something, Eric. As I was saying, he can follow. I was thinking, with that kind of angle that he had, it's very common or high rate to hit the corner of the pocket with the cue. And that's exactly where he was headed with it. And actually missed the 8, but the follow provided him with a second chance and a win. 4-1. 4 4 straight games after losing his opening break. Joshua at 858 Fargo, number 1 in the world. Mark's been around for quite some time in the Netherlands. I've seen him over in the U.S. many times. Good, solid player. It's always tough to beat.
There's the corner ball and the 1 ball there. Might have been a little thick on the cut angle. A little perplexed by it. Let's see how thick he was here. A little on the thick side. Still would have expected to make 1 of the 2. Did. So chance for Mark here. Forced to take angle on the 3, but the cue ball's moving the proper way. Ideally, if you can hold at no rails, it'd be the simpler play, but having a look here, looks like he's going to have to go over to the side rail. It's kind of funny, you're cutting this ball to the left, so you're going to impart a bit of right spin on it. It's a little negative for the overall result on the 3. Could have too much angle. Trickier than it looks here.
Nice shot there. That's usually left out by many players. They just don't make the cut. Mark is a 789 Fargo, which puts him at 96 of the top, out of the top 100 players in the world. So he has that going for him. Safety. Vicious safety. That's his only avenue of hitting this ball is that 1 rail kick.
Yeah, ideally he's going to try to hit it squarely here. Outside chance of pocket the 3 in the bottom right, but ideally focusing on sticking the cue ball where the 3 is.
You know, it's funny, playing 10 ball, you would think this is a very good safety. Playing 9 ball, with some speed on this table, this 3 ball has a chance to, you know, I don't want to say fluke in, but reward him for a good hit. It's going to be a reward, I think. Nope, he's going to leap it for the side pocket. I thought he might get behind the 9 there.
Well, Mark has a little too much angle going to the right here. The only place he can land the cue ball is around where he's standing. Forced to take some distance.
Oh,
6.
not wanting to do that.
Anxiously coming over, seeing if he has the pocketing angle on the 4. Looks like he barely doesn't. He could throw it in with some right spin, but that's extremely tough over this distance. Go for the half jump here, I think. Great camera work from our team down in Austria. Shot, there was enough room.
Barely.
So big shot coming up for Mark now.
Another shot just like the last one, just barely enough room. It's going to look like a split hit, but he's going to make a good hit here. There's enough room away from the 6.
Just thinking about how the 6 can possibly play off the cue ball. It's going to go over to the left long rail. I think I'd favor hitting it with a little more speed and bring it right off the long rail. Available to the top left. Just barely. I've heard that adage, it's a game of inches, and it's coming up 3 shots in a row here.
It really has. The safety is as easy as the make. And neither one is easy. Straightforward.
Had enough
That's
in
what
the
he
pocket
chose.
there. Not much for kick safe for Filler here. 3 balls left on the table. Oscar looking at getting this ball offensively somehow. The easiest hit is definitely off the right long rail, but the 6 isn't really playing in any pockets off that kick. He's going to try to make this one. He's left it up. So a couple good saves from Mark.
Joshua could have left it easier, but this is easy enough for Mark, I believe. Still a very missable shot, but
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be missable for this guy.
Good shot. Straight enough to hold here. So, coming back to within 2 games now. Back into his 2 breaks. Was illegal on one of his last 2. Not for a lack of power. Maybe just look for him to power up a little more. Guarantee that 3
For those of you wondering, as you watch him rack the balls, there's no template, and there's no rack. The table has been I guess you might say, pounded. And there's little divots in the cloth, just like a template would work. And they rack very nicely, and players having a lot of success with this type of a rack. They control the balls well. They're predictable. Don't see too many dry breaks.
Yeah,
I'm always on the spot.
Mark. Yeah, not on the spot, so they're cutting the cue ball over to the same rail they're breaking from. Perfectly hit there from Mark. Nate's blocking the most obvious pocket for the 3, so he's gonna have to try to come below it here. A 2-rail play over the left side of the table, but I think he'll avoid it. It's tough to really get enough angle with the cue ball going to the right to guarantee getting over to the left side. Just a little short. He was trying to come below it there. Layup safe with the cue ball. The 3 ball in the middle of the short rail. But knowing a player like Filler, he's going to look for something a little more offensive as far as safe. Try to get him right behind another ball. Shot, pretty much frozen.
Very well done. I was looking at that thinking, I wonder if he might even attempt a kind of a 2-way bank shot to the side and using the 6-9 for blockers. But that was no reason to even gamble with that when he has a shot like this. Great decision. Well played.
Filler can hit the 3 off the short rail. The 7's blocking a lot of that angle. Looks like he's resigned to playing this shot. Nothing's happening going up table.
Wow, this is going to be a very, very accurate shot.
Get the proper side of the three. He's going to come far enough to not leave Mark. I think Mark's okay. It was a great try from Filler there.
Very accurately struck and 2 inches off of being a very, very good and effective shot. 2 to 3 inches harder, and he really likes what he just executed.
Connect the dots here for the rest of the rack for Mark.
Is Filler 27 or 28
World
now?
9-ball tour. Yeah, nice. Younger than 30. Just kind of a nonchalant style around the table. Moves quickly, gets down into his shot quickly.
This is shaping up to be a very tight match. These 2 break alternations. Closes the gap by 1 more.
Yeah, Filler was threatening to pull away early, but Mark did well to win these last 2 racks. And get a break here and have a break and run to level the score. To the final 32 redraw portion of the tournament. He's going to be 1 match away from that stage. Just crushing the break. Two balls ended up a little funny.
Let's see if he has the angle to come after that 2 ball and improve its location. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, cue ball's running a little too far to the left here, pretty much into the top left corner pocket. He could actually play the 1 in the left corner pocket and draw around 2 rails, but that's a difficult shot if you're looking for other options.
Probably draw right into the 9 ball, which means he risks hitting the upper part of it, and that corner pocket comes into play. He should be able to miss it. Nicely played.
Another small challenge on the position here. He'll be looking to get the cue ball near the 8. Could cinch the position and play the combo, but I think he'll favor shooting the 3 straight in here. Angle to come out off the right long rail. 4 all now. Two players that are definitely in form. Always nice to see 2 top players going at it. You know, and the question, George, too, is how does Josh get through so many matches when his opponents play so well? Well, I mean, the obvious answer is that Filler just plays a little better. But how much better can you play? You know, it's like all the little things that, like when he was on that kick on the 3 there, he almost got Mark on the kick safe, which was an extremely tough kick safe. Didn't work out this rack, but sometimes it will. That's how good he
Exactly, Eric. You make great points there. It's just all the little details where he's just a better kicker, a better ball maker. His position play is excellent. Uh, at the top level of professional pool. He's aggressive. His intensity, just about everything about him.
I think
And they're all little things, but they add up.
that's a good point there. Like he's able to be a little more aggressive in certain spots, and his percentage of being successful on those aggressive chances are a little higher. That's one thing that sets him apart.
And being left-handed, I think being left-handed has a lot to do with it.
I know you like lefties. I know.
I've always thought that this game might have a tendency to favor left-handers, but that's my personal opinion. I've heard it made by other players and other people that seem to have a passion for pool. But there might be something to it with the left brain, right brain thing, and the geometry of pool.
I agree.
Sure.
I agree that lefties tend to be a little bit more savant-like, and pool is so creative that you need that type of thinking.
Oh, he didn't miss that by a little. He missed it by about a quarter to a third of a diamond.
Yeah, tricky there. He was elevating, just decided to go all in with big speed. Players like Filler, that shot could miss it.
Well, maybe it was like about 4 inches, which is a quarter diamond.
A bigger miss than
Usually. Most of the time when these players miss, they're hitting the corner of the pockets and they're rattling and they hang up. One of the things I've noticed when good players miss is they usually hang up the ball.
It's going to be running into the 5 here, but it looks like it's running to the right edge of the 5. You can put some right spin on the cue ball as well to moving up the right side of the table. Just not getting to the 5 too thickly here. Rail, unfortunately. But did well to avoid the 7 there. This is tougher than it looks. If the 9 wasn't there, you'd be spinning around 2 rails back towards the 4.
Tough to get position on this. Would you consider playing position to bank the 4 on the side?
Maybe.
That would be rather straightforward.
Yeah.
And an
Just
easy
gonna accept
bank,
more
actually.
angle on the 4. Did reasonably well there. It's always going to come on a little heavier angle because you can draw the cue deep enough to the left. Tester here for Mark. Going to take the lead. One rail out here. The rest of the rack looking pretty good. Now Filler slightly back on his heels. He's kind of running into the 9 here. Got more angle than he would have wanted. He can draw out of it, but that's going to mean distance on the 8. So he tries to avoid the 9 somehow going forward. Just missed it. Nice shot.
As far as the points for the Euro Tour goes, Mark is at 44 in the ranking. He's only played 5 events out of the 7 that have been played so far. Josh is ranked number 10, playing 4 events. So looks like Josh has had considerably more success since he has a lot more points to be at the top, at number 10 to number 44. And these players, those points are all important for these guys, but there's some money available too. We are sponsored by Predator, Simonis Cloth, Airmouth Balls, Longoni Cues, Kamui, and some local sponsors. Of course, we're on Pro Video TV and YouTube. There's a couple on the back of the billboard there, Alpina and Joe. Game number 10. Straight in on the 1 ball to the side pocket. No shot on the 2, or is there?
If the 4 ended up kicking the 9 in front of the cue ball, I think it did.